All right, everyone, welcome back to Mac Street Garage. It is 7 o'clock in the morning here at Mac Street. The temperature is about 74 degrees. Humidity is hovering right around 75%. So I need to get busy and get things done because it's going to be hot before you know it. Stand by. I have something fun to do today. All right, the first thing we do is come in here. And I have that marked shed water pump. This one. Turn that off so there's no power going into that pump. Now I could shut off the main breaker, but that would shut off my air conditioning and everything else in the house. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and go outside now. Always turn off the power. Okay, this is my project. This is my well pump. You can see this side how the points are burnt. I'm actually thinking I could probably get a little bit of emery cloth, put in there and clean those points up. I'm going to see if I can do that first, because you can see, focus here, come out a little bit. You can see it's just a little bit burnt there. Well, no, you know what? I better just go ahead and change this. It's a good thing I already have its replacement. So, relatively straightforward. That wire, that wire, that wire, that wire, and the ground. So that should be pretty much it. Oh, and I will have to screw it back into this. So some Teflon tape. So, let's get busy, see if I can get this done today. So the first thing I like to do is go ahead, once I have the power turned off, is to take a picture of these switches. Not because I think I'll forget, but because I've been known to forget. So it's always better to take a picture first and then take this stuff apart, and it makes it easier to put it all back together. So let me go ahead and do that, and we'll get this taken care of. Maybe 10-15 minutes. And there it's off. A little closer look here. Let's go out where the sun is shining and make it easier to see. Oh. So yeah, you can see that got hot, melted. It was due. Yeah. That's probably yep, it's fused right. I don't know if I can raise that up so you can see. Can you see that? Yep, that was burnt. Okay, let's go get the Teflon tape and get this baby put back on and get it hooked back up. Now, normally I would go ahead and shoot this all in one video. It's not really that complicated. It's very easy to do. But I like to space my stuff out because I have a tendency, and some of you may know what I'm talking about, to get going too fast and do it too fast, and then pretty soon you're like, oh man, something snaps, something breaks, something goes wrong. So I like to slow it down, do it right, and then, yep. So, here's my Teflon tape. Here's the new 20 to 40 PSI switch. So let's get that taken apart and put it on. And, I don't know where my tripod is. I have 3 of them. The one that I have the tripod with the adapter, I've misplaced the adapter somewhere. So this is why it's getting filmed like this. But not to worry. I'll get this Teflon tape put on and I'll be right back. Uh-oh, I got to get this done. Look at that. The water's backing through. Now something I'm going to do, rather than take this Teflon tape and put 19 roll wraps of this stuff around that thing, I'm going to do what a person showed me that has been a plumber for well over 40 years. He takes this, and I can't do this with one hand, but he takes the Teflon tape, rolls it into a string, and puts the string on the threads, and then gets to the end, and then he wraps the whole band around that. Because the reason people put like 6, 7, 8 wraps around this is because they're trying to get enough to fill those, fill the threads. But if you roll it like a piece of string first and then flat part it, it holds much better. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a shot, see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? All right, there we go. You can see the string. Where's the string? You can see this bit that looks like a string. Went around all the threads first, then put 4 or 5 wraps. Come on, focus. 4 or 5 wraps around the threads, and should be good to go. So let's put this back on, because right now there's no water pressure in the house, and people will be getting up soon, and I want to get this done before it gets hot. Stand by. Now, one thing I had to do, I had this little short stubby screwdriver to do what I needed to get done. But at the factory, they put this, when they put these screws in, they use, of course, a power tool. So they make them really, really tight. So before you put a pump switch on, loosen those up first, because I had to go get the longer screwdriver so I could get a better force on the outside and get more of a direct bite. So, yeah, make sure all the connections are loose before you mount the puppy up, because those people in wherever this was made probably wasn't made in the USA. But yeah, loosen up those grounding screws before you put it all together. All right, now let's get on with it. All right, everything seems to be working. All of those are tight. The ground on this side from the main power, the ground from the pump is on. Pressure is right about 32 psi. I like to hold it between 30 and 35, even though this is regulated for it'll turn on at 20 psi and then cut off at 40. I like to keep it right about the 20 for the low and 30 to 35 for a high. You really don't want to push these to their limits. It just makes it, well, it's a cascade effect if something goes wrong. It could blow the pipes in the house. It could blow the pipe here. It could blow anything. So don't ever run your gauges or your motors of any type, because I consider this a motor and this as well. Never run it at maximum capacity, because if you do, this little gem right here is $450. This is the second one of these I bought, because somebody that lived here with me before monkeyed around with this and put the pressure too high, and it blew a line and it burned out the motor. So never run your motors at maximum. You'll just end up buying a new one. So this is all for this. Be good to yourself, be nice to each other, and may your pressure always stay where you need it. Bye.